Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel, Seasonally Productive. Today's productivity project is getting the garlic harvest in. So late last fall, I planted some garlic seed cloves from John Boy Farms. I can link them below for you guys. And I planted the Big Boy variety, I believe it was. We'll talk about how I liked that later on, but as for pulling them out, it went fairly well. However, I did end up digging them with a shovel because some of them were breaking off. I don't know if I planted them too deep, or if it was because of the mulch, or if it was too dry or too wet, or why they weren't coming out. Maybe I left them in here too long. You can see that the tops are definitely dry already, but I did end up getting everything out, and I was pretty happy with the results that came from my little patch of garlic here. This was my first time really growing garlic. I had grown it once before, but it was a spring plant, so they really didn't amount to anything. Okay, so I'm here with my basket. I did harvest a few zucchini after I shut the camera off just on my way out of the garden. There's still lots in there. Oh, and 2 little cucumbers. Probably make pickles. And then the garlic. Now what I'm doing is just going through and bundling them up into groups of 10 and then tying them with twine so I can hang them somewhere to dry. Ideally, I would love to hang them outside, somewhere cool, dark, and dry, but I just don't have anywhere. If you had like a sheltered carport or something like that, that would probably be fantastic. I don't. So I'm just bundling them up out here so I can be with the earth, and then I'm going to take them into the garage and hang them there. Just making them lay out all pretty here. I think I ended up with about 67 or 70 heads of garlic from my planting. So this is my solution. I just kind of threaded them onto a bungee cord and then hooked that between the 2 garage door rails, and it worked really, really well. And then the ones that didn't have the stalks anymore, I just stuck on the flipped over bottom side of this basket and set them on top of our deep freeze out here in the garage. That one with the long stalk I had harvested previously, and I had it outside, but it just wasn't drying. Hi, so here is all the garlic. It's been about 10 days. Oh, you still got to see me. It's been about 10 days, and it's time for me to cut these down. These were the ones that didn't have the, I had to dig out because the stalks broke off, and they're doing pretty good. So my plan is to cut off the stalks and possibly the roots of these and put them all in the basket, and then I need to find or make a screen to lay them out on, and I'll probably, or some sort of, yeah, just like permanent drying rack, and that'll be kind of their storage. I haven't done this before, so I mean, it'd be beautiful to braid this, but I think they need the stalks cut off to dry properly and to cure. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll just lay them out and I'll keep them that way. And I'll just have to keep monitoring them. I mean, I've been using them already. So as I use them, every time I grab one, I'll just check on them and make sure that none are getting too soft. And I mean, I'll use those ones up sooner. And then if I need to do a preservation in oil or freezing or dehydrating or something like that, then I can do that at that time. But for now, I'm hoping to just keep them fresh. So the skins are starting to get nice and papery, and I'm pretty sure that's what you want. And when I cut off the stalks, I'm noticing it's dry in there, and that's a good sign. That means it's been curing. And the one that I just kind of like left it outside before with its stalk on, did not get dry, and papery like this. So I think hanging it is obviously the best solution. If I could have had these outside in a dry, covered, dark area, I would have done that, but the garage actually worked really well. And another thing I wanted to say is that these, I got like an elephant variety or a big bulb variety, and they're huge. Like this clove is massive. It's 3 of my fingers wide, so it's just huge. And I thought that would be better for, you know, because then I only have to peel 1 clove, but they're really hard to smash and to prepare. So in some of my preservation videos, you'll see that I actually had trouble, and I had to cut them first and then smash them in bits because they were just too big to hit with my knife. So I don't know that I would do all of this variety again. I was shopping online the other day, and I actually still need to place that order, but I'm going to try a few different varieties of garlic now that I know that I can grow it and that it will produce fairly well. And this is no fertilizer, like I did nothing to these, and I mean, this is a bigger one. This is probably maybe even the biggest one, but yeah, they did really well this year. All right, so there is our garlic for the year. Theoretically, this should be fine to store like this, but I don't want any of it going bad. So I think I am going to look for a screen or something to increase airflow throughout the winter, I guess. And we'll see how long these last. But they do seem quite dry. They should be fine until I can figure out a different solution. So Clayton found a window screen at the shop. It's quite small, but it works perfectly for the amount of garlic I have. And then I just suspended it on 2 little boards that the kids had in their sandbox between these 2 shelves. Yeah, I know, I realize this is very much not super sturdy. I mean, it is, but it can still get bumped. And yeah, it's not ideal, but it works for what I have here. I have been using a ton of this already for canning. So, I mean, there's still lots left, and we'll use it for fresh cooking. And yeah, we'll see from there, like if I need to preserve some in honey or do some sort of freezer or dehydrator project, we will see. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.